Hey, TechKnowStuds. So let's take a look at how your computer stores those characters. We're going to take a look at two different programs and how those two programs stores the characters on your computer. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click, say New, and I'm going to create a new text document. And we'll call this Characters because we're going to be exploring characters with this text document. I'll right-click on here, and I'm going to go into Properties just to see how big it is. So it is 0 bytes. So the file itself really isn't taking up any size at this point in time. So what I'll do is I'm going to open this up and just hit A. And can you guess approximately how big this is going to be? I'll tell you, I'll give you a hint. ASCII just uses 7 bits. So probably going to be close to a bit. So I'm going to hit save here, or excuse me, be close to a byte. So I'm going to hit save here. And then I'm going to right click on here and go to properties and notice that it is now 1 byte. In fact, I can do this again. Let's type in a B here and hit save now. And then what does our properties say? So if I go to properties, now this is 2 bytes. So it's growing by a byte for every character. And if you notice here, this is UTF-8. So if I pull up a web browser and I type in UTF-8, and we'll hit enter. This is the wiki site. And this is a character encoding. And it extends ASCII. So it's based off of ASCII. ASCII is at least the beginning part of this is ASCII. And it can be anywhere from a 1 to 4 bytes. So it's variable length. So 1 byte just represents the ASCII characters, and then we can extend beyond that. So it makes sense that it's storing 8 bytes at any given, every time we add a character to it, because it's using this character set, this UTF-8. All right, so what I want to do is I want to generate a much more traffic to this. So I'm going to type in, look for lorem ipsum, which is going to bring up just something I can generate lots of characters in. So I'm going to copy this and I'll paste it in here to get a lot of this. In fact, let me copy this and we'll paste and get a lot of characters here. So now we've got 80,140 characters. Can you guess how many bytes this is going to be? I'm going to hit save right here. We're going to look at the properties of this file. And now notice we have 80,140 bytes, which matches up exactly with the character. So we can see how there's this 1-for-1 when we're using Notepad. I want to show you a different program though. So what I'll do is I'm going to create a document. I'm going to open up WordPad for this though. So I'm going to open up WordPad. Here's my WordPad document, and I'm going to save this. So I just saved this characters to here. And the first thing I'll do is I'll look at the properties and notice that this WordPad is 193 bytes now. So immediately it's much bigger. And now I'll open up this program here and let's take a look at this. So I have a lot more options. I can insert pictures to it. I can change the format. Let me just type in an A. So that was, originally, let's take a look at this one more time. So it's 193 bytes. I've got an A on here. I'm going to save this now and let's see how it changes. So we'll look at the properties again and it's 195 bytes. So added 2 bytes with just that single character added to it. Let's add another one here and see what the property changes. So now it's 196, so I added another byte to it. So let's add another character and we'll save it. And look at the properties now, 196 to 197. So it's adding about a byte per character here. 197 bytes. But we also have like the formatting that we can do here. So let's take like the B here and let's make it bold, maybe change the font. We're going to do an underline, maybe strike through. So we're changing some aspects to just one character on here. I'm going to save this. We were at 197. Let's take a look at the properties now, 279. So it immediately jumped up quite a bit. And that's because what happens is on the back end here, we're just seeing the ABC and the B is being formatted in this way, but there's a markup language in the backside of this. And the backside of it says, okay, make this bold and make this underline and make this strike through. So it's giving this extra instructions with this markup language, and those are actually extra characters that are not visible to us, but are seen on the back end to the program. So now we have 279 bytes because we're doing some formatting to it. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like to use Notepad a lot, is because Notepad doesn't bring a lot of the fluff in it. So you can copy and paste text and clear text, versus this is going to have some formatting to it. And just to show you what I mean by that, if I hit copy over here, I open it up in Notepad, and I'll paste it into here. Notice it removes the formatting, so I can hit copy here and then paste it back into here, and now there's no longer formatting. So that's the Notepad can be used to kind of filter out some of the formatting if you're copying things.